Polling has closed for the first phase of the Myanmar junta-run general election since the military seized power in 2021. The vote has been held amid ongoing conflict and sharp criticism from the United Nations over its credibility. DD India's Adamya Mishra brings us more.
Polls closed in the first round of Myanmar's junta-run elections on Sunday, marking the end of the opening phase of a month-long vote. Democracy watchdogs have dismissed the exercise as an attempt to rebrand military rule, with reports of low voter turnout and persistent questions over polls' credibility. In Myanmar's largest city, Yangon, voters also lined up at polling stations as voting began early Sunday morning. The country has remained in deep political turmoil since the military ousted the civilian government led by Aung San Suu Kyi in 2021.
The
election is important for Myanmar. I expected a lot for this day. I'm happy it reached 28th December, so I came first here to vote.
Overshadowed by ongoing civil war and questions over credibility, voters in Myanmar began casting their ballots on Sunday in the country's first general election since the 2021 military coup. Authorities say that over 50,000 electronic voting machines are being used nationwide to prevent fraud. However, critics have dismissed the exercise as neither free nor fair. Myanmar's junta chief voted in the heavily guarded capital, claiming the election would be free and fair despite widespread skepticism. Two more rounds of voting are scheduled for January 11 and January 25, covering 265 of the country's 330 townships, even as fighting continues in several regions.
We guarantee that this will be a free and fair election. Our reputation cannot be ruined by this election being conducted by the military. I recall that 2020 election turned out very badly and damaged the country's image. It was shame. Some people ignored the result. I knew the result of 2020 election because I checked the process myself.
The junta says the election marks a fresh political and economic start. However, the United Nations and human rights groups have rejected the polls as lacking credibility, with major anti-junta parties staying out of the process. Adamya Mishra's report for DD India.